Hello and welcome to Murphy's Garden, and it's now autumn and I absolutely love autumn, and I think as I get older with every year I seem to enjoy it even more. I'm really loving the Hornbeam Walk behind me, and it's just a kaleidoscope of colours. It's yellows and greens and reds, and it's just lovely that they're all turning at different times and it just looks so pretty. It's just catching the evening sunlight, and I've just been up the garden picking all these dahlias. A lot of these are new ones that we got from Sarah Raven this year, and I just love all these peachy kind of colours and reds, and they're just very autumnal colours. And I've got some nice hydrangea and even euchre and cedar mixed in with it, so I've just put them in this bucket to condition them overnight, and then I can arrange them tomorrow. So yeah, I thought it'd be quite nice to do a little autumn tour. I haven't really done an autumn tour before. However, I haven't done much gardening in the last couple of weeks. I haven't done much weeding or anything. It's been a bit neglected because I've just been busy with other things. So, but having said that, with no input from me, the garden still seems to be looking quite nice. So I just thought we'd have a little wander around and have a look at some of the jobs that need to be done, and just have a look at how things are doing really. So if you want to come with me, let's go. So we'll head into the garden, and to start with we've got the two Amelanchier trees in these butterfly borders, and the Amelanchias are looking nice. The leaves are starting to turn. This one's got perhaps fewer leaves than the other one. The other one has got these lovely bright vibrant red leaves which are looking good. And at the base they've got the Verbena bonariensis and the Gora, which continue to flower and are a magnet for the insects still. Now we haven't cut the grass because we put the grass seed down and a bit more soil on this area. So interesting to see that the grass is already coming through. It's only been 7 or 8 days I think since we did it, so that's really quite quick really, so I'm pleased with that. The leaves obviously are starting to fall, so we'll have to pick the leaves up so that it doesn't get in the way of the new grass coming through. More grass has come through up this end too, so that's really exciting. And now in the middle of this stone planter, normally I would have had this planted out with pansies and cyclamen and things like that. However, my bulbs haven't arrived, and I normally like to put some bulbs in at the bottom before I plant on top, but they haven't come yet, so I'm just waiting for those. And the star, I think, in these borders is this fabulous miscanthus. This is Miscanthus Yakashima dwarf. It's stunning in this light. And behind it is the hornbeam. So the leaves of the hornbeam are just this lovely yellowy colour. So those two plants look really good. And also in the borders, we've got these pink chrysanthemums and also the Achillea tarmica, which continues to flower. It's been a fabulous plant for flower arranging all year. And this part of the grass is the area that we raised the levels, and that's got the new seed coming through. In this border we've got this very vibrant pink dahlia and also very vibrant pink penstemon as well, similar colours. And at the front we've got this Persicaria superba and also the lovely little straw flowers, which have been wonderful and great also for flower arranging and drying, and more of the Verbena bonariensis. We pan round, that's the Eupatorium, which is finished flowering for the year, but we'll leave that over the winter and cut it back in the spring, more on that side too. And this border, we've got quite a lot more dahlias and things, and another miscanthus here too, which is absolutely lovely. So we'll head now into the Sunken Garden, and the Sunken Garden is just this very neutral kind of palette, but oh no, I've got more evidence of moles in this area, which is a real pain. Moles have been such a problem this year. This is a lovely miscanthus. This is a new miscanthus. I don't actually know the name. There was no label on this plant when I bought it, but it's a very big, tall miscanthus, and it's absolutely lovely. And this is the Phormium. This is Phormium cookianum tricolour. This is the one we cut back, and it's come back absolutely beautifully now. And also wanted to show you the lime tree. So these are the ones that Alistair pleached, and they're looking lovely, and the colours are turning now too, but they've really settled in and are looking good. And here we've just got a lilac, and we'll pan round now to the Woodland Garden. And we head into the, there's another mole hill. Oh dear. Got to be careful because it will destroy like the box. It will just kill the box if we don't get rid of it. So we'll head into the Woodland Garden, and this is lovely in this light. It's looking pretty, just perhaps needs a little bit of a tidy up, but it's not too bad. We'll pan round here, and this is a lovely grass, this one. And we've given some of the shrubs a little bit of a light prune, but not much. And this is the Hydrangea Limelight. Oh, some lovely cyclamen under there. The Hydrangea Limelight on this side, they're not being quite so good as the lovely one I'll show you in a minute in the pot. Just with the weather we've had this year, it's struggled. And this is the Catinus that we planted, and I just love the colours of it. It's got these lovely veined leaves, absolutely beautiful, and especially in this colour, but you can see the lovely veins on the leaves. So I'm excited to watch that grow and develop over the years. Now across here we'll just go and have a look at the Sambuca, which we also planted at a similar time. Oh, I've just noticed that there's more molehills. Oh no. So this is where we had a lovely viburnum here, and it got killed by the moles, which we sorted the mole problem out, and I then replanted this in its place. But there's more. There's loads of molehills here, so that's going to kill this brand new plant if I'm not careful. So we need to address that issue quickly. Oh dear. As we head through the archway, just before we do, here's another Hornbeam that we cut back. This is the Jester one, and this was a monster. It got far too big, and look how lovely it looks. It's got the nice red colour back again, and we'll just have a look at the yellow wave one as well, which is over on this side. And again, that's really helped. This is Pittosporum tenifolium Irene Patterson, and we'll just head now through the archway. And this is the beautiful Hydrangea Limelight that I was telling you about. It's in a big, large sort of half barrel, and it does very well in the pot. I think it can be watered better and fed, and it's been absolutely wonderful. It's got these beautiful tones of pink, which I've been drying. I've just hang them on the beams in the kitchen, dry them out, and then I used it to make this lovely wreath. This wreath was incredibly easy to make, just with cardboard and punching holes in the cardboard and poking the stems through, which you can then secure as well. It's lovely to see all the different colours from the hydrangea heads, and I think it makes a stunning display, a very seasonal display for the front door. And back to the hydrangea, and here in front of it is this Nandina domestica, also known as heavenly bamboo, and we just put this plant here just to see what the colours would look like next to the Hydrangea Limelight, and I think they look rather nice together. Just getting some ideas for perhaps future projects. And these are the containers that I have planted out, and here we've got it just with some carex and some pansies and wallflowers and euchera, and I'm sticking with this lovely colour theme of lovely peaches and oranges. We'll head now back up the Hornbeam Walk, and we are considering this area because there is a bit of a jumble of different types of planting. We wondered, would it look more effective if it's a bit more simple, simply planted? And also we are experiencing problems on the left hand side where it's quite dry underneath the hornbeam, so that's something perhaps to consider. So we're up now by the pots. So we removed all the lovely summer bedding, which was still very nice, but we've removed it so that we can protect it and give it some overwinter protection and hopefully have it again next year. So we've got that to plant out as well once the bulbs arrive. And here is the Olivia Rose, still in bloom. It's looking lovely, continues to give us plenty of joy. And down the pathway we'll be getting ready to plant out the tulips. We've got white and cream flag tulips, which always look lovely in the spring. We'll head now into the parterre. And the parterre, we've got the Desdemona roses, which this was their first season, and they have been spectacular. They've been really, really lovely. We're delighted with them. And from here we'll go through into the seating area. And seating area, these planters have been great. I will need to deconstruct them and just save some of those plants as well. I need to get on and do that actually. And we'll follow Murphy out here. And so this is the area that we'll be working on. I don't know if we'll get to it this winter, but we'll perhaps try. But we made a bit of a start. We've planted a couple of things. We've got the lovely Acer Griseum, and that's actually got quite a lot of growth this year. It's doing quite well. And this is the Calocarpa Profusion. Again, it's nice, and it's got nice colour in the leaves, as has this beautiful beech hedge. So the beech hedge is starting to turn. It definitely turns a little bit later than the hornbeam, and it will hold on to its leaves all winter. Alistair's just been round and tidied up all the hedging. So he's done the hornbeam, he's done the lalanda at the back of this beech hedge and all the beech. So it just means that we've got a really sharp, good structure for the winter months ahead. And these borders, we've got lots of interesting seed heads. This is the Monada seed heads. I think we do need to have a bit of a move about in this border again. Still not quite right. I struggle with these borders, but yeah, a little bit of work required there. And we did put a lot of new dahlias into this area, and this is mostly the lovely peachy colour ones that came from this border. And here we've got a delphinium, and it's a purple delphinium. It looks absolutely stunning next to that lovely peachy colour. So all in all, it's looking good. The Stipa gigantea looks great. Some of them do break off in the wind as the winter comes, but all we do is just simply cut them out and keep them going over the winter months, because it gives that lovely structure. Back through the parterre, and we'll go now into the vegetable patch. So the vegetable patch needs a lot of work, lots of weeds. Here you can see this is the dill, which we've enjoyed, made lots of sauces and things with it. However, it has gone to seed, and the ground is covered in little dill seedlings, so that have to be weeded. We're eating lots of lettuce and spinach and chard and beetroot. There's still plenty to eat in the garden. And this is the kale, which is absolutely fantastic. We really enjoy eating that. It was getting a bit constricted by the net, so I've taken the net off, and it would just mean it can grow. I think the threat of caterpillars and butterflies and caterpillars is now gone, so hopefully it should be okay, and we'll carry on eating that. Unfortunately, the runner bean structure has collapsed, so that will need to be taken down. We have been eating runner beans, we're still eating them really, there's a few left. And here more greens, we've got more chard, more spinach, and this is endive, which is nice to eat at this time of year. And underneath that net is cabbage. And here I planted some garlic probably about 4 weeks ago now, and it's already coming through. So this is just some footage of me planting it. So garlic should be planted about 6 inches apart and about 1 inch in depth. If you've got sandy soil as we have, you can plant it deeper, and that makes for a bigger clove, but don't plant any deeper if you're on clay soil. And here is the garlic just a few weeks later. And here are some leeks and a rogue lettuce. And then that's just the, you've got quite a lot of leeks. And then that's just the sweet corn foliage that needs to be taken down. And on this side, we've got lots and lots of squashes. So we need to get on and collect those up, because the ground's getting quite wet, and the last thing we want is for them to sort of rot. So we'll start picking those. And speaking of picking, we've got lots of courgettes that are still coming thick and fast. So we're still eating the courgettes. And on this side, the French beans, the climbing French beans, have finished, but we can either just let them dry and reuse them again next year, or they could be dried and used in casseroles and things like that. So lots still to do with them. More courgettes. And then these are parsnips. So we've got loads and loads of lovely parsnips, and they do better once they've had a frost on them. So we'll leave those until we get a bit of frost. And these are some artichokes, which seem to have collapsed. And this area is where we dug up all the potatoes. And so you can see here, I've just edged a little square, a little rectangle off, because what I've done is just plant some of the broad bean seeds that we collected from our crop this year. So we've just put those in, and we'll just do a little experiment to see how they do. I have found in the past when I've grown broad beans in the autumn, it really wasn't much advantage. I find that the spring ones caught up and really wasn't much advantage to the autumn sowing, but I thought I'll give it another go. As I had loads of broad bean seeds, I thought I'll just experiment and see what happens this year. And this is quite a nice sheltered part of the vegetable patch, so we'll see what happens. So we'll head now back towards the shed. These are the apples. We've had very prolific crop of pears and apples. It's been absolutely lovely. And then we've got the things like the raspberries and the strawberries and all the soft fruit. The rhubarb will need to be tidied up. And these are the strawberries. So I have I have planted out some of the little runners that were forming. So we should have more next year. So that was just a quick little tour around the garden. And as you can see, I've got lots and lots to do. I've got lots of jobs I really must get on and do. But the colours are looking nice and there's no great rushes there. You can do it over the winter. Picked my lettuce, so Monday morning tomorrow, so make the sandwiches for tomorrow. And I've got my dahlias to arrange as well. So thank you very much for watching and join us again in the next video. Bye for now.